So I built a brand called Invisible. It was a fight gear brand, right? We've had like very minimal amount of products. I was number one, Amazon's number one choice for a very short period of time in my category. We're dominating my category for a while, as well as I was selling via Instagram. I had a ClickFunnels account I was using. Was able to sell in UFC gym. I was able to sell at farmers markets, craft fairs, you name it. I sold it anywhere and everywhere I possibly could. I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. I sold it on OfferUp. I sold it everywhere, basically. Craigslist, right? I made a ton of mistakes. And in this video, I want to share with you basically the 3 biggest mistakes that I've made starting and growing my Invisible brand, as well as eventually closing it down. But there was 3 main mistakes that stick out to me the most, and I want to share that with you in this video. So mistake number 1, don't be afraid of success. I was afraid of success because it was moving a lot quicker, a lot faster than I anticipated. You see, I started off doing everything YouTube University, right? I watched 1,000,001 videos on how to start a brand on Amazon, how to sell products on Amazon. I was already selling products on Amazon at the time, but I was just reselling basically. I was selling crap that I was finding at Goodwill, Savers, all that type of things. I was selling all types of just random crap. And then one day I just got tired. I got tired of going out looking for books, looking for clothes, looking for toys, looking for coffee mugs that I could flip and sell on eBay and Amazon. I wanted like one product, one thing that I could sell over and over and over. That way I didn't have to go out every single day and hustle and go find products. For me, I found this thing was a reflex fight ball. I think a famous boxer was using it. I love to train. I love to fight. And Lomachenko is a boxer. He kind of made it popular at the time. So I was like, oh, maybe I can manufacture this item overseas and get it shipped here and then sell it online, which is what I did. And I was able to build a brand because I was connected with a lot of fighters here in Hawaii, as well as myself, and basically marketed that way. I was picked up by someone from the UFC gym, had me come and go sell it inside there, as well as, doing farmers markets, craft fairs, Amazon, marketing it online, leveraging ClickFunnels and all that stuff. But I was having so much great success with selling that product that I got scared. You see, I was afraid because the way I was riding a wave up, okay? I was riding a wave up and I was afraid to fail because I failed so many times already. I was afraid to fail. As I was riding up, what I should have done is I should have started early and added complementary products. You see, there's one thing that I didn't realize, or there's 100 of things I didn't realize, but as I was riding that wave up and seeing a little success get started, I should have started investing in complementary products that people could buy on top of the reflex fight balls. That could have been hand wraps. That could have been headgear, mouth gears, gloves. It could have been shoes, shirts, there's courses. I wanted to start an online course that when you bought the product, it would teach you how to use it because a lot of people had a hard time using it. So my biggest thing, or my first thing that I would say that my biggest lesson was, don't be afraid of success. My first lesson I wanted to share is don't be afraid of success. I was afraid of success. And it's funny because you hear all these podcasts talk about don't be afraid of success, right? It's like a thing. And I used to hear that all the time. I used to think like, that's silly. Why would somebody be afraid of success? I would love to be successful, right? But it was moving too fast. I didn't want to raise my prices because I didn't want to lose sales, but I was running out of inventory. And now I know, back then I didn't know, is that you could have raised your prices to slow down sales, things of that nature, right? That was one of the biggest aha moments I had for myself is I should have, as I was going up that wave, I should have started adding more products so that I would increase my order value from each customer. So that was my first lesson. My second lesson, probably my biggest lesson, is find a mentor. Guys, I get it. Some online courses might be scams. Some people you might not trust, but you have to do your due diligence and find someone that you relate to, that has the same values as you, that are just doing stuff that you want to learn how to do. Invest in their course, their mentorships, their group, whatever the case may be, their coaching program, and learn, because that'll cut your learning curve in half. You're buying that person's experience. And at the time I didn't know that. I was so small-minded. I didn't want to invest in anybody. Anyways, I ended up years down the road, I ended up buying this guy's Amazon course for like 500 bucks. And I thought to myself, maybe I'll get back into it. He listed every single mistake I've ever made in that course. Every mistake. I was blown away. I just watched it. I wasn't even in Amazon anymore. I shut down the business a long time ago. But as I was watching, I was like, I made that mistake. I made that mistake. I made that mistake. I made that mistake. I could have avoided all those mistakes if I just invested in myself. That was a big aha moment for me because I was thinking to myself like, wow, I scratched my head for hours trying to figure out why things weren't working for me. I could have bought someone else's expertise to teach me and help me, hand walk me through the process, so I would have saved myself so much time and had so much more success. So that's number 2. That's the second lesson. And then number 3, the third biggest lesson that I had experienced was fail, fail, fail. Success is failing over and over and over and still getting up with enthusiasm. I had failed a lot prior to starting Invisible. I've made a ton of mistakes. Like I said, I just did YouTube University, which is perfectly fine. But I was afraid to fail again. I was afraid to try again. And that was the biggest thing for me. I was having success with this final product. Believe me, I had products before starting Invisible. When I started Invisible, I made the brand name. I did all the design. I did the packaging. I trademarked the Invisible itself. I did everything, right? The problem was I didn't know what I was just kind of like fishing. Right? Oh, I need to do this. Okay, I'll do this. Oh, I need to do that. I have a mentor. The problem was I was so afraid to fail because I finally was getting success on this short wave that I had that I didn't want to add complementary products. I didn't want to check out different revenues. I didn't want to do different things, and such as finding influencers, ordering more product, putting more money down, right? I was afraid to fail. And because of that, I did not go as far as I wanted to go. And now as I'm older and a little bit more mature, I realize it takes failing over and over and over, especially in entrepreneurship, to realize, wow, this is what I needed to do. I got to get up and learn from the mistakes. Now I'm this much closer to my goal. Every single time you fail, you're that much closer to your goal. Every single time you try something new and it doesn't work, you try a new way, I think it doesn't work. They say Thomas Edison made the light bulb 1,000 times. He says, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I found 1,000 ways that it didn't work. Or was it 999 ways that it didn't work? Whatever it was, right? But he embraced failure and I did not. And I think that was the biggest lesson for me is don't be afraid to fail, because through failing, you'll find success. And that's basically my 3 biggest lessons. Number 1, don't be afraid of success. Number 2, find a mentor. And number 3, fail, fail, fail. Success is failing over and over and still getting up with enthusiasm. Hope you guys found value in this. Please do me a favor, like, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.